Hello and welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about my December TBR. TBR stands for to be read, so this is the list of books I'm hoping to get to in the month of December. There are two that are kind of cheating because honestly there really wasn't much for me to write down here. And Kingdom of Ash, which I've talked about literally in the last 3 videos, is on there because I will be finishing this in December. I read 700 pages of it in November, but it's 980 pages. So the last almost 300 pages will be read in December. I have 112 pages left. My library hold bookmark. So that for sure will be finished. It's due back to the library tomorrow. So those 112 pages will probably be read tonight or tomorrow morning. Like for sure one of the other, but probably tonight. And if not, then tomorrow morning. So that I'm not going to even talk about this because it's getting its own video. It is such a great book. And I have so many things to talk about. So yeah, that one's getting its own video. The other one that I'm kind of cheating on is Wonder Woman by Leigh Bardugo. Leigh Bardugo, I've done a video on both the Six of Crows duology, which is written by her, and the Grisha universe, or the Grishaverse trilogy, which is also by her. I loved both of those. So when I saw that DC was doing a, what was it called? The DC collection, Heroes Collection or something like that. DC is doing a DC Heroes Collection or whatever they're calling it. And they have a bunch of authors that they are getting to write novels about characters in their universe. So Sarah J. Maas, who does the Throne of Glass series, the Kingdom Ash book I was just holding up is hers. She's doing a book on, or a couple books, I think she's got a series about Catwoman, and Leigh Bardugo has done a book about Wonder Woman. Now, the reason this is on my December TBR is because I have the audiobook and I'm like 2 hours into it. So I've actually already started it at this point. I don't know if I'm going to finish it. There was no wait for it at the library, which is why I was like, oh no, I'm almost done with my audiobook. What on my list is available now? And I scrambled and just downloaded this. But I wasn't thinking about the fact that it's Christmas season now. And when it's Christmas season, I don't listen to a lot of audiobooks because when I could be listening to something, I really want to be listening to Christmas music. I'm one of those people that will 24 hours a day stream Christmas music and have it playing all throughout the house the entire month. And my poor husband, who worked retail for like 15 years, is like, I love you enough to let this happen. Because he is over Christmas music. So, yeah, I don't know that I'm going to get through it. I only have 9 days left and I have 11 hours on the book left. So it's not like I'm even close. So we shall see. We shall see. It just depends on if I'm in the mood. I might just power through it in a few days. I did that with Pachinko. I had like 18 hours left on it and I had like 3 days left. And I upped the speed and was like, every waking moment, I will be doing dishes. I will be folding laundry. Every waking moment, I'm listening to this. And I did it. I got through. So this is obviously way less of a commitment because it's 11 hours and I have 9 days. So we'll see. We'll see. The other things that I have on here is I really, really want to reread Harry Potter. I haven't reread Harry Potter in like 6 years. And I've reread the whole series 6 or 7 times probably. And it's just been a long time and I really want to reread it. And I'm not a person who has like seasonal books. I know that's like a big thing on BookTube is it's like there's like fall reads and then there's like Halloween reads and there's like Christmas winter reads. And I am not really someone who's ever seasonally read things, but I was thinking about it and I was like, it's Christmas time and I really want to read Harry Potter. So I don't know if that's actually some sort of connection that I'm making, or if I'm just like, I just want to read Harry Potter and it also happens to be Christmas time. I don't know. But anyway, so I really want to reread Harry Potter, but it's 7 books and we are almost a week into, well, we're half a week into December already. So if I read Harry Potter, nothing else is getting read. Nothing. So we'll see. We shall see. Okay. The next thing that I really was thinking about reading, and again, this is the only thing we can get through in the month of December. If I could even get through this in December, that's a big ask. But it's The Inheritance Cycle, which is it's by Christopher Paolini, and it is the book Aragon is the first book, and it's probably the best known because there was a movie that was made out of it. Although the movie was terrible. I mean, the movie was terrible, but people have probably heard of it. Well, it's 4 books. The last one came out in 2011, so 7 years ago. And I was kind of disappointed in the end of the book, in the end of the series. Though I thought the first 2 or 3 books were really, really good. I haven't read this. I literally bought the 4th book like the day it came out, basically. So it's been 7 years since I read this. So the first 2 or 3 books I thought were amazing. And the last one, I felt like he was like rushed to wrap stuff up and just didn't really conclude. I mean, he tied everything up, but in a way that just seemed kind of forced and was like fell flat, and I was just really dissatisfied with. Well, 7 years later, here we are. And on December 31st, it's not a 5th book in the same series. It's the first book in a new series set in the same world. And it follows the main character, Aragon, after everything is tied off from the last book. It starts a year later. And I'm like, what if he fixes all of the issues that I had with the ending of the series? So I'm really, really curious, but I haven't read the series in 7 years. And that's the most recent book. I remember having to like scrounge to find he does do like a 10-page recap of the previous book at the beginning of his books. So I remember reading that and still being like, I'm not totally sure what's going on. Like there was enough time. So it's probably been like 10 years since I started the series, since I read the first book. So I definitely was like, I'm really interested. I kind of want to reread the series to be like fresh and ready to go when this new book comes out. But it's such a commitment, especially knowing that I didn't like the way it ended. Like Harry Potter is a commitment, but I know I love it all the way through. So it doesn't feel like you're building towards something you don't want. Checking to make sure I don't have any more lipstick on my teeth. So I don't know. I haven't decided yet which way I'm going to go. I might start reading Inheritance Cycle, get like 100 pages in and see if I'm really feeling it. We'll see. The other thing I really want to read this month is Paper Girls Volume 5 comes out. Excuse me, I think it comes out on the 11th, so it's not out yet. The trouble is I'm not buying it. I'm getting it through my library, and a lot of times with digital content, the libraries, like the way the contracting works with the publisher and everything, the libraries aren't allowed to get it for a certain period of time until after it's come out, because the publishers want to capitalize on people who want it like right away. So they won't, like, they can't stop a library from going and buying physical books, but they can stop a library from getting licenses for digital content. So with digital content, which is the way I've been reading this, a lot of times the library doesn't get it for like months after it comes out. So if it comes out in December, I will definitely read that, because it's only going to take me like a couple of hours, if even, to get through the entire thing. I mean, and they're like 150 pages or whatever, but it's a graphic novel, so, it doesn't take super long. But I'm hoping that this is the conclusion. I read there were some people that had gotten arcs of it, and they basically were like, this is the one where things start to make sense. And that was really my complaint about the rest of it, is it was like, it's kind of interesting in the art. I really like the art, but I'm like 1,000 pages in at this point and have no idea what's going on. Like the story just gets weirder and weirder instead of stuff starting to like coalesce into an actual story. So I'm really excited for that. I don't know if this will actually be like legitimately the conclusion or just the start of the conclusion. I'm not sure. I don't know what if volume 5 is all they're planning, or if they're planning on going higher. I don't know. So if I have access to that via the library, I will definitely be reading that. I will for sure be finishing Kingdom of Ash, which is the finishing book of the Throne of Glass series. I may continue listening to Wonder Woman, and then I'm going to have to decide if I want to do Harry Potter or the Inheritance Cycle. We shall see. But that's it for my December TBR. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more content, make sure to subscribe. Make sure to subscribe before you leave. And until next time, happy reading. Ooh. Trying to get centered. That's always the hardest part, is getting centered. There's hatch marks on this. Hash marks? Hatch? Anyway, there's a grid on here. Nobody knows. Books I'd like to get to. Yikes. Oops. I can see you. Oh, so touched. There you go. Cycle, which is... Oh no! Why didn't you guys tell me? I had lipstick on my teeth. Jeez. It is embarrassing.